Hello, and welcome to another webinar from the Center for Excellence in Distance Learning. Today we will spend some time talking about using technology to enhance the teaching and learning that is offered through Wiley College. Teaching and learning in today's context is not a new concept. One of the things we will explore today is how technology offers us as faculty an opportunity to improve the quality of the instruction that's being offered online. As technology and instructional methods have evolved and we're now dealing with digital natives, the expectations of our students that are technology driven in their learning experiences has shifted. By the end of this presentation, you will be introduced to some new and dynamic technologies that can enhance the work that you're doing now in your online courses. And these technologies will be geared towards making students more actively engaged in the learning process and being part of the course. Everyone agrees that student presentations is one way that we assess students. And so I want to start the conversation by having you consider, how can you ask students to recreate how they deliver their assignments? Think about the critical assignments in your online course. And think of ways that we can use and integrate innovative technologies into our online classrooms. One option is Powtoon. Powtoon is a company which sells cloud-based software, and many faculty are now using it to create animated presentations and videos, or having their students create videos. I want to show you a couple of examples of how this software works and how you could have it being used for your students. Here is one example how I use Powtoon to have faculty at other institutions respond to an assignment. I'm going to play you the first couple of minutes. You can see here that I asked faculty to create a document or an assignment that looked at a connection and time frame, a challenge, and a strategy. Similar to this process, you could reconfigure one of your assignments using something similar using this system. Powtoon is a free software that is easily embedded into any online class and gives students an opportunity to be more dynamic in how they offer you feedback and give you assignments. As you saw from that example, it's easy to take an assignment and reconfigure the assignment to engage the students more in the process. Now let's move on and show other examples. Another great and dynamic opportunity is the use of Prezi. And many of you have maybe thought about or used Prezi in the past and maybe doing some workshops at conferences, but Prezi is also a great tool to have students be able to produce work outputs or assignments for you. I love Prezi because it's a dynamic alternative to PowerPoint. It's very fluid and dynamic, and so instead of having a logical, unidirectional opportunity, students can really be a lot more fluid in the products they produce for you. And I would like to show you an example now. As you can see from this example, I asked faculty in an online course I was teaching to create a 12-month life cycle of the student engagement process. The individual decided to use Prezi, and I'm just going to let you watch this for a moment. As you can see from this example, this is a great opportunity to have students really think more dynamically about what they're offering you and what your outcomes are. So consider using Prezi as an option. As you can see from the present example I offered, there are many opportunities to allow students to add sound and music, screen capture, to be a lot more thoughtful and engaged with the material that you're asking them to produce assignments and work products. I'd like to now move on to talk a little bit about how you can increase active participation in your online courses. As many of you all probably know and have experienced, one of the major issues for many students in an online course is time management. And today, students really need new innovative ways to be really reminded of the needs of an online course. And we know students aren't checking email. We know that students are using other alternative ways in order to be engaged with their technology. One way to engage students is through something called Remind 101. Remind 101 is a great software as it allows you to set up a class, send that note to your class members in the very beginning of the course. They then subscribe to the service, and then you can send, similar to as announcements, you can send announcements specifically to their phone. The broadcast only allows for one-way messages to go to all students, and it does not give students access to your cell phone number, or you have access to theirs. So let me take a moment to show you what that looks like. So here's an example of the inside system of Remind. You'll see that I have my courses listed on the left, so I have each course has its own Remind setup. You will also see that there are opportunities below where you see I have sent messages to my students. You also can schedule messages. So if you want to schedule something to go out during a time when you don't want to have to worry about coming in the system, you can do that as well. You can add multiple classes. If I want to email all the classes or text all the participants at the same time, I can do that. You will also see the list of subscribers on this right-hand side. It's a really easy system. It's free and it's easy to use. Now that we've talked a little bit about ways to increase active participation, I'd like to move on to one last item. This is instructor-made videos. Research shows that students are more likely to respond to instructor-made videos than generic videos provided by a publisher or that are out on the internet. I want you to consider creating instructor-made videos. You can do it through YouTube. You can also do it through a software called Jing. Jing is a free software that is produced by a company called TechSmith. It's really easy to set up. I'm going to show you a couple of examples. But using YouTube or Jing, you can create instructor-made videos to give students more information about maybe a specific concept or topic, or you can ask students to create their student projects using up to 5-minute videos in Jing or longer in YouTube. So this is the last thing I'd like for you to consider as you're thinking about how you can increase engagement in your online course. Let's take a little bit of a look right now. Here's an example of a Jing video. As I mentioned, it is produced by a company called TechSmith. You can do up to 5-minute free videos. And in this example, I asked faculty who were in my online course to create an assignment, and this faculty used Jing. So I'm just going to show it to you briefly.
Hi, my name is Daphne Lightfoot, and I'm from Columbia Basin College in Pasco, Washington. Columbia Basin College has been listed by the Aspen Institute as one of the top 150 community colleges in the United States. We're also a tree campus. Our student head count is 7,500. We're on a quarter system with 2 campuses and are a community college. We also offer 3 bachelor degree programs, cybersecurity.
As you can see from this example, the individual is narrating the video as she goes through her different touch points and points of the assignment. This is something for you to consider as you create student projects for students to do, or you can use the same technology as I mentioned earlier to produce videos for students. One of the things that would be great about Jing that I've seen faculty do is to give students feedback on their papers. As you're looking at papers and you're looking at maybe the flow of a paper, you can actually put the paper up on the screen and talk the student through your feedback in a 2 to 3 minute video that would make it very clear to students where you saw their areas or issues or where they need to improve. This is something to consider. Again, it's called Jing. In addition to the student-made or faculty-made videos using Jing, I also want to just demonstrate to you an additional option using YouTube. This is just an easy YouTube video that a faculty I know created on the Quality Matters program. You could do something similar to this, putting up slides of your own on specific concepts or topics, and then have students go from there.
To assure quality and continuous improvement in online education offerings. Quality in online education is important to many different parties. Students.
As you can see, this video is just under 9 minutes. What research tells us is that videos between 5 to 9 minutes long are really optimal in engaging the students if you want to be able to give them some content or some new material. Anything longer, the focus and attention of those videos may be lost. So think about creating small 5 to 7 minute videos to add to your course. As you can see from both of those examples, YouTube and Jing, there's some really easy dynamic ways to either engage students in their student projects or to create additional student tutorials about the course that you're teaching. So I ask you to consider both of those options. I just wanted to pause to give you a list of all of the links of the websites that we discussed during this webinar. And our last question I want to leave you with is, what will you use to increase your engagement in your online course? Thank you for your time, and we look forward to having you engage your students.